A video about bullying with a twist. Okay, so I've been wanting to talk about a subject for a little while. In fact, I wanted to talk about a subject back on my older channel where I did rants again, and I may make a new video about why I deleted that channel. But for now, we're gonna talk about anti-bullying. Okay, now when I say that when I say that I don't like anti-bullying messages, it's not to say that I support bullying. I was bullied a whole lot back in high school. In fact, I even made a video basically kind of letting somebody know that they're not alone. I think GG Discussions, that was it. I basically made a video saying, hey, I was bullied a lot, and told my story. That was it, end of. So I've been bullied before, and I'm not bullied anymore. I have friends. I have a really good life. I'm doing well in education wise. I'm learning a whole lot, and I'm moving on to my hopefully dream job or dream college course. So now, anyway, the thing that I don't like about anti-bullying PSAs is the advertisements. Okay, when they play these advertisements, the victim, because you can kind of tell who the victim is, but the victim looks nothing like an actual victim. I mean, I know they're just actors, but there was this one advertisement that the TruthHurtsNetwork showed. Basically, this girl, these two girls are walking past. This one girl in some kind of blue and green dress. Now, this girl looks actually pretty fine. There's nothing wrong with her. She's wearing a nice dress. Nothing wrong with her. But these two girls in the advertisements kind of said, oh, nice dress, and then when they walked past her, sent her a text somehow saying, just kidding, lol. Then the girl falls over, implying that she committed suicide. The problem is that this doesn't really accurately represent what bullying really is. It doesn't even accurately represent what the victim is going through. I think it should have shown what the victim does, like at home anyway, because I remember when I was getting bullied every day at high school anyway, like later, and in like later years in high school, every time I came home, I'd actually start crying. I'd be bursting in tears. I'd run to my room like a little girl and close the door, lock it, and cry in my pillow each and every day, because maybe each and every day I was teased, I was looked at, I was called fat, I was called names. That's why I think an anti-bullying PSA should be, because it shows us the message that bullying isn't just at school. When you leave school, it isn't just left at the fucking school doors. It takes you all the way home, and it affects your family as well, which is something that isn't shown in a lot of anti-bullying PSAs, if any. So, hold on, I actually have a script here. I mean, I don't usually script my videos, but at the end of these PSAs, and there was even a documentary about bullying, it spots like the real victims, like in real tragic stories. And I think the people that do it are unaware of the more problems that it could cause. I think, I don't actually have any proof to prove this, but I think that if we were to spotlight victims, like, oh hey, this person was bullied, come, let's greet him or her onto the stage, I think a lot of people would kind of not take him or her seriously anymore. You know what I mean? Because let's think about it. We're dealing with high school kids, because that's where bullying happens a lot. I mean, it happens in other schools as well, even nurseries, but the difference is when you're in high school or college, you have to stand up for yourself. Even if you're against the thought of physical violence, it's not really what I was implying, but you have to stand up for yourself. And if you don't, if you break down and cry, you're going to get bullied more. So it really doesn't seem right that you're dragging this person on stage that probably didn't even want to be on stage to talk about their story. And it just sends the wrong message again, really. It shows that if you're bullied, you can become famous, right? I mean, you'd have to be pretty stupid to want to be bullied just so you could be on stage. But hey, this is the generation that we're living in, folks. But it doesn't just spotlight the victims, it spotlights the bullies as well. And they do it in kind of a bad light. Now, you see, the way I think of it is bullies are sick individuals, and they should be treated accordingly. They should be shot. I think they should see a psychiatrist, maybe somebody that can tell them why do they do it, because I've never really heard of a straight answer. I mean, I've never had a bully come up to me and say, here's why I do it, have a cup of tea and we'll talk it over. They usually, I mean, I've heard some people say they do it because it's fun. I mean, that's always quite a cliche answer, and there's more to it, but that's what they tell me anyway, and tell a lot of other people that ask. But it spots like bullies in a bad limelight because it we treat these bullies as not sick individuals that they shouldn't be treated. Instead, they should be shamed. Oh, boo at you, boo, you should kill yourself, boo. Did you not see the problem in that? By letting this bully get the spotlight and saying, oh, you should be ashamed of yourself, isn't that technically bullying? Think about it. Bullying is either physical contact or, depending on the context anyway, teasing that person, name calling and whatnot, threatening, stuff like that. And isn't that what it is, really? This person gets dragged onto a stage and says, why do you do it, son? Why do you do it? Take a seat right over there. Take a seat. Just take a seat right over there and tell me why you do it. I think that in itself is bullying, is it not? I don't think the bully really deserved it. Maybe, just maybe, when the bully did bully this victim person, they kind of realised what was wrong and they've realised the error of their ways. Some of them don't, obviously, but I think it's just not right to take these people on stage. Yes, it should be handled by the school and by the parents, but they shouldn't be live on national television, even advertisements on television, just so they can be made fun of for bullying, when in itself it's bullying to bully a bully. Two wrongs do not make a fucking right. So, after this has happened, after the bullying has happened, a lot of people do commit suicide. It's sad and it happens, but that's the world that we live in. Now, whether or not, I don't care, I might get bashed for this, but my thoughts on suicide is very bleak at best. I think that in some forms it's okay, like if a person is living in pain, for example, disabled and in pain or any other form like that, I think they deserve to peacefully die. There was a great documentary by the way about Terry Pratchett choosing to die. There are a lot of others, but I think that's the one I recommend. Anyway, that's a kind of suicide that I'm okay with, even assisted suicide. But the kind of suicide where you're killing yourself because somebody said something mean about you, it doesn't really solve anything. And I'm not saying, this person should be selfish and ashamed, but I think that they don't realise that the pain that they were feeling drags down to their parents that were most likely already in pain because they figured out that their kid was being bullied. So it is selfish. I don't really fucking care what you tell me, saying it's selfish doesn't help anything. Of course it doesn't, but that's not why I was saying it. I wasn't saying it so I can help them. I was just pointing it out because it is a selfish act. Doing something because something's happening new without even knowing that the pain you're causing is going to drag down to your friends or your family or your relatives is selfish. These people that are getting bullied need professional help, like I did. I went to a psychiatrist, never felt better, honest to God. It's something about them that really changes your life around. I mean, before then, when I was getting bullied, I was very nervous. I didn't have a lot of enthusiasm, didn't have a lot of confidence. I wasn't able to speak in public to people. I kind of had like an anxiety issue as well. It's all changed. And that's what visiting the psychiatrist for a few months did. It completely changed my perspective, and look at where I am now. I'm colourful, I'm not pale like a fucking vampire, I'm talking in front of a video, I'm confident now. I go to college, I have friends there. I'm happy with my life, and that is all thanks to professional help. And with the help of my parents as well, obviously, by the way. So, suicide, to people that are being bullied and are considering, I ask you to hold on just a little longer. And if you really are in a dark spot, I'd consider seeing a professional help. Try it out. Don't tell me that you don't understand. At least try, because there is something inside you that watched this video, if you are watching, and considered it. You thought of the question that I'm asking in your head, and you considered it. That is really something that you should be happy about. That is something you need to hold on to. It is a choice that you made. These bullies do not run your life. You run your life. So these bullies are not going to be blamed for your suicide. It's going to be you. So I ask you to hold on and be strong like I was. Yeah, so after the suicide has happened, like with Amanda Todd and other victims, a trend begins to form up. Like, save this person, blame this person, hashtag. And I just have to ask, stop. Just stop with the stupid trends, because what you're doing isn't helping. Bullying, suicide is a serious issue here. and it's on the rise. Every year it happens more and more and more, and your stupid ass trends on Twitter are not going to help. No matter how many fucking tweets you send telling people to stop bullying, it's not going to fucking help. Just like sending your prayers to some fucking tragedy. Oh, I'm sorry, I feel like an idiot because I was one that sent money and help, not prayers. But of course that's a different topic. It mainly happens on Twitter. People like do hashtags, oh, stop bullying. How is that going to stop bullying? Bullying is always going to be around. Yes, I know it sucks. I'm not saying I support it, but it's always going to be around. And because it's always going to be around, we have to fight back. Not with stupid Twitter messages, but by seeing these victims, rooting them out and telling them, okay, we're here to help. Don't be quiet about it. So, no. And I see trends, honestly, that get people to think, oh, I was never a bully, I was against bullying. But really, the only said this, whether it be in Twitter, real life, or on YouTube, because it's trending. They know they're going to get popularity. They know that they're going to get people saying, yeah, you go, girl. Like, really, just shut up. It's great that you're not for bullying. It's great that you're standing up. But the fact that you're doing it because it's trending and you should have always been doing it it boggles my mind. But that's kind of what bullying does. It's like a ladder, really. It's like a scale. It's just like a timeline. It all plays out, and it's happened so many times that you don't have to be a rocket scientist to know that. So that was my very long video on anti-bullying. I just want to thank TruthHurtsNetwork for actually making a video of anti-bullying PSAs, because I kind of got a bit of an inspiration for that, and I kind of made some points that he already made. But if you want to see his video, the video will be in the description, where he talks about one of the advertisements and shows it, the same advertisement that I was talking about. So if you want to go see that, link in the description. Thank you for watching, and I hope you all enjoy this rant, because I'm such a ranter. Yeah.